God, this armor really does look a bit stupid, doesn't it? Nonetheless, what's going on, guys? Compounds Number 10 back again for another video here on the channel. Welcome back to another episode of the Modded Minecraft series. Last time we worked on a quarry and a tree farm, which you can see back down there, and ironically the quarry is all in this chest. At least everything I need for it is in this chest because it finished. So we don't have a quarry running right now, but there's something I want to work towards with the quarry, which I'm going to try and do in this episode. But first things first, as I did say at the end of the last episode, we are going to work on auto crafting for at least the first half of today. So I've got quite a few things that I already need. I've gone ahead and built a room for it. So that's alright. We've got one crafter for right now, but that will basically show you guys what we're looking for here. So a crafter does what you think it is. So we've now got this extra room down here. I haven't finished it entirely, but we've got this extra space down here, and all these walls, when and as we need them, will be filled with these crafters. Crafters have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 slots per, and like I said, they auto craft. So we're going to go ahead and put this in it, which is the recipe to make a pattern itself. As you can see from that, we actually also need to make a pattern. You also need quartz and rich iron. So what we're going to do is also make a pattern to tell the system how to make quartz and rich iron, so that way it can go ahead and do it. And this is the same case for if you also notice that if you like the pattern itself looks like that. If you hold shift, it reveals what it is. Obviously it's not doing it for pattern because the pattern looks like a pattern, if that makes sense. Obviously for this it also requires like glass and everything like that, and we can also tell machines to be able to craft glass. So what I'm going to do is make a couple more crafters, maybe just 5 I think, or maybe just 3, just to fill up these couple of slots here for now, and then we'll get on the inner workings of it, connecting it to the system, and maybe even trying to do like glass ones and everything like that as well. So I have a new block to show you guys, and that is the interface. I believe I would have mentioned it before, but I think now I have a better understanding of them. It's time to actually use them. So what we can do is, I believe, take away these exporters. We can go ahead and place those on it, and yes, I believe so. As they're connected, as long as it does that, that is absolutely fine. So these will essentially work very similar into the way the exporters already do. So first of all, let's go ahead and get ore, except I can't, because all of it gets smelted. Right. Okay, hold on. Okay, turns out I was wrong about the interfaces, and turns out just read the music off again. Turns out, yeah. So it turns out I crafted these for no real reason. I'm sure I'll get a use for them at some point, but no, exporters is what we want to keep for the ore processing. That is fine. I thought the interfaces worked as kind of crafters for the patterns, but no. If I want to do that, we want to actually put crafters on top of these blocks, and it works like that. So if I put a crafter on top of a redstone furnace and I tell it 1 sand equals 1 glass, then it will send the things into the correct item that I've told it to, and it will craft from there. So that's what we need to do instead. Okay guys, so I've gone ahead and built 3 redstone furnaces here. I put them back into the wall mainly just so we can have 3 here and not 2, so it doesn't bother me. So what I'm going to show you essentially is we're going to pop this crafter on top, and it should know that it's connected to the redstone furnace here. If I do that, I think, but yeah, see, it says redstone furnace, so it knows to go down. So what we need to do now is create a pattern for smelting. So what's something that we know makes something like ore doesn't matter. because we've already got all auto smelting. That's fine. So I'll tell you what, because we're gonna do this. We'll do this same process with Let's take sand out of there for now. We're gonna pulverize this gravel, and we're gonna do the same thing here in a second anyway. So what we need to do is over here is, and then we grab one glass for instance. We say we're gonna tell it to processing. So 1 sand equals 1 glass, and then we can put that into a pattern. So for instance, if I go ahead and I'll just pulverize the rest of this gravel right here, and we'll get a bunch of sand. We're going to then drop down here with our handy dandy pattern. That's that area, by the way, over there. Is we're going to put it in there. And this, like I said, it tells it that 1 sand equals 1 glass. So, say, like, it's going to be kind of a pain in the ass because we've got crap ton of glass. But if we go into craftables, you'll see that glass is there. Do I have enough inventory space to take out all the glass? We do. Alright, so if I put sand back in, we'll put the thing in it. So say, oh no, we've got absolutely 0 glass. So we should, it won't show us because it's in the craftables, but what we should be able to do is say craft 10 glass. It shows us that we got 10 sand available, so it should craft 10 sand. And eventually, what we should see is 1 glass end up in here. I would hope. So if we go check down here, yeah, it's sending sand. Oh wait, no, yeah, of course, it's not going to work yet because I haven't put the importers to go into the system. But you see what is going. So as soon as I add the importers onto this, it will be able to craft the glass for us automatically, or when we request it, rather than having to do it all the time. Because sand is used for some recipes, so we don't want to craft all our sand into glass. Okay guys, so quick little update for you. I've gone ahead and made another grid to put over here. I've moved the induction smelter over there. I think that's fine. Move those there as well. Moved it from there, you know, those. So what I've done is put this grid on only craftables mode, so we can see everything that we can craft. And I think it's a good touch, because if you don't have it in here, you'll try and do the recipe, then you have to type it, and then you lose the recipe on here because JE synchronized. I just prefer JEI synchronized, so having separate grid there is fine. I think for a final touch is what we'll have is storage monitors on the top of something I want to note of how much I have. Let's go sleep real quick. I think that will create like a nice little 3x3 multi-block structure, even though it's not an actual multi-block structure. I'm tempted to push it into the wall, because I think it'll look pretty cool into the wall. But for right now, I think it'll do as it is. Okay guys, so just so you have an idea of how many crafters we'll probably need in the future, we've got 6 here. Filled, filled, filled. This is filled, you just can't see it. Filled, also filled, and beginning of filled. So like I say, having all this space for it is going to be pretty good. We might even have to, I don't know, because we can't go this way. So if this doesn't work, we might have to like do like an elevator for like a second room or something like that. But you may have seen in that recipe, we had a recipe for quadruple compressed cobblestone, and that's because we want to make a portal to the deep dark, which is oh, why did I think it was quadruple compressed cobblestone? Well, that's fine then. But we need 2 more of those. If we can get 2 more of those like that, we can then put it in the portal, in like that, and we make a portal to the deep dark. Now, the deep dark is a new dimension. Essentially, that's very dark. It's the best way I can put it. Oh, this was the energetic fuser in it. It's not the blade thingy. It's very dark, so I'm pretty sure something attacks you in the dark if you're not lit up enough. I can't remember. It's kind of like the Vishnarada, I think, from Doctor Who. I think that's the name of it. If you know that reference, up to you. Something like that. The reference is something like that anyway. But it's full of ores. So, what does that make it the perfect dimension for? The quarry! Alright everybody, so we got everything that we need as far as I'm aware. I'm going to go ahead and put my illumination torch on my offhand. Hopefully we don't die, but we do have pretty decent armor, so I think we'll be alright. We've got everything I need. Actually, we don't. Can I be cheeky? And I can. Look at that. We need some more of those. But we can even craft like 12 more of them. Ah, see, it's so nice and handy. So now that that is done, we should have everything now that we need on us. So let's go ahead and enter the Deep Dark. Okay, guys, so this is the spawn room for the Deep Dark. It's got glitched out torches because if these weren't here, you wouldn't be able to see. Trust me. So there's these. I've made a nice handy dandy waypoint as well for the portal. But essentially, what we need to do is dig down. So let's get digging down. And just like that, guys, we are through into the Deep Dark. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but there are quite a lot of mobs here. I'm gonna test the shadow thing. Okay, there's just a crap ton of mobs. I need to clear these guys out so then I can try the shadow thing properly. Okay, so they're all cleared. If we take away, we're just standing in darkness. No, okay, so there isn't a shadow creature. I thought there was, but there isn't. So essentially, if we go back up here, that right there is our entrance back up to the portal. But this place is full of ores. You might not be able to see it all that clearly on screen right now. But what I'm going to do is set up my my inventory full. It is already, damn. I'm going to set up my quarry here, and hopefully be good to go. Okay guys, so we are back. I've got my little setup here. We've got a little hole in the roof just below this. We've got our 12 magmatic dynamos now that I built an extra 4. The lava is pumping on through as it should be, generating power. And we've got our handy dandy thing here with quite a wide dimension on it. Yeah, we can still open that, okay. And yeah, let's just power it. And we'll see it. It's still not enough power at all. Are we getting a... I was going to say, we might be getting a net gain, but not quite. Still not enough power, really. We're close, though. We're definitely close. Maybe another 2? Maybe another 2 of these? I don't know. But it's mining. It's definitely mining. So, with that, in the Deep Dark, as long as I remember to pop that down, we have now... let's just turn on the lasers as well. Like, this is just going to load this area. I don't know if I have to load the chunks that it's actually mining at. I don't even know where it's mining at. I don't even want to know where it's mining at. Like, it could be anywhere along here right now, but I'm not really seeing it. So, God knows where it is. It might be matching the coordinates that I set in the overworld. What was that? That might be a Blitz, actually. Oh, actually, you can come here. Come here, Blitz. Come here. I need you. Give me like a bajillion. Where are you? We need you for Cryotheum. Oh, you were a Blitz. Not a Blizz. God damn it. So close. But yeah, so that is essentially our quarry reset up. It's a lot larger this time, so it's going to take a lot longer to do. But essentially, I don't even think I have to move the setup. I might just be able to change the coordinates per se. So I'll have to see. But let's hide those lasers. But this will stay loaded, hopefully. And mine away. Obviously, it is Fortune as well. So we can only hope that this will produce quite well for us. Just to give you a little quick update on how the nether's doing as well, by the way. This is how much lava we've taken. So, just so you're aware. I'm currently in the nether, gonna gather up some nether quartz because I need it for what I want to make sure that we can do next. Because mining is all well and good, but it means obviously that we are going to get a lot of stuff. Filling up our ME system, our refined storage system. So I want to build something that will help that problem. So I may have discovered something really cool about the armor. We're lava proof. So honestly, as much as there is some issues with this, it's so good too. Okay guys, so as I was saying, I am trying to work on how to stop all this. Look at it. We're just gaining blocks. Like, maybe not so much all that stuff, so much compared to cobble, but cobble we are getting a lot of. So what I've built are detectors. These can emit signals depending on how much stuff is in your system. So at 20,000 cobble, if we've got more than 20,000 cobblestone, emit a signal. If we've got more than 1,000 diorite, emit a signal. 5,000 dirt, emit a signal. And 1,000 andesite, 1,000 gravel, or 1,000 which one's this one called? Granite, that's the one. So these are emitting a signal, and then exporters can be controlled with redstone signals. So if this has a redstone signal, work essentially. So what we want to tell it is if we have over 20,000 cobblestone, send cobblestone here. And what we should see, well, it is going down. You can see it kind of buffering. It's because it's trying to send cobblestone here, but it can't because like the quarry is mining too quickly. So we need to make some speed upgrades. So there we go, guys. I've made a stack upgrade. So this might make a little bit more of a difference. So if we go ahead and pop that in there, and now we take a look, you can see it dropping. Like, it's still rising, but it is still dropping. And when we get to 20,000, it means that this emitter is going to stop. And when this emitter stops, it'll turn off the redstone signal, which will then tell the export to stop exporting cobblestone into these trash cans. So now I need to make a couple more of those stack upgrades. I don't know how it's going to go through all these. We're not getting it as much level, so we might not need upgrades for this one, actually, thinking about it. But you can see where I'm going. So after all these levels are filled, we're just gonna keep filling this up, really, if we find any more blocks that we don't need. But this will essentially kind of be like a miniature recycling plant for us, even though it's not getting recycled. But shh. Okay, guys, just so you can see it, so we're currently under 20,000 cobblestone. We're on exactly 5k stone, under 5k andesite. We're over 1,000k, but I haven't made enough stack upgrades. I'm waiting for sugarcane to grow. But essentially, what we're going to pay attention to here is cobblestone, right? So obviously we're going up, we're below it. You should see this flash on and then flash off because it's gotten rid of the cobblestone that we needed. Well, it's getting rid of a stack at a time, but that's fine. We're going to keep getting it. That's pretty much fine. Just so you guys can see it work. And I'm currently just charging all my other equipment real quick. So that's nice. We got all of our stuff back as well. But that is where I'm going to leave the episode for today, guys. So what we did was we sorted out a little bit of auto crafting. There's plenty more that we can do with it. And by that I mean just plenty more recipes we can do it. You can, you guys will probably figure out, like, obviously what we'll need to, what other stuff we'll do. Like we can make use magma crucibles and fluid transposers to get buckets of specific stuff, to make Enderium and stuff like that a lot bit faster. So that way we can make these resonant upgrades kits a lot faster. So we've done auto crafting. We moved our quarry over to the deep dark via that portal over there, and obviously a chunk loader and everything, and that's currently just increasing it. And last but not least, we set up our, I'm going to call it a recycling plant, even though it's not getting recycled, it's just getting chucked away. Like, we couldn't recycle it if we wanted to via IC2, but we're not that far into IC2 right now. So we've just got a bunch of trash cans set up that voids a bunch of our stuff. Like, if you couldn't tell, that's the sole purpose of this, is you put stuff in it and it gets avoided from the world, so that our storage doesn't get overwhelmed by blocks that we don't really need. Because do we need over 20,000 cobblestone? No. Do we need over 5,000 dirt? Probably not. Do we need over 1,000 andesite? Probably not. Again, all these things, diorite would probably be the one thing, if anything, that we need a little bit more of. So I might buff that up to allow a bit more, only because we build out of diorite. But this section of the base is pretty much done, and then we'll be moving over to that way, which is I think maybe next episode, because I want to get on the upgrades of Draconic Evolution a little bit, so we can improve movement speed and stuff like that. So stay tuned for the next episode, because that might be a fun of episode. We'll have a bit of building, plus delving more into Draconic Evolution. Like I said, I don't really know it all that well, other than to say we crafted the armor, but that's all I've done with it. So it'd be interesting for us to journey into. But with that all said and done, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!